Alright, what's good, y'all, man? Y'all know it is time for the national championship, man. So let's go ahead and get active and talk about it, man. Who y'all got today? Notre Dame or the Ohio State University, man? It should be a good one. Two elite teams, two top defenses, strength against strength. Should be exciting to see, man. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. My mind is saying to go with Ohio State. But in here, I just have a little feels for Notre Dame, man. Counted out. A lot of people said it didn't deserve to be in. A lot of people counted them out when they played against Northern Illinois and lost at home. I don't know, man. It's just like the story. It feels different, man. I feel like it could be a storybook ending. Obviously, Marcus Freeman can become the first coach of African-American and Asian heritage to ever win a national championship. But that's not the only reason, y'all. To break it down from the game, right? We know how good this defense is for Notre Dame. And if you Notre Dame defensively, who's going to make the plays? What kind of coverage will you roll out? Jeremiah Smith, that dude. You know what I'm saying? I know he only had a catch for 3 yards, bro, but go look at what he did up against Oregon. 7 catches, 187, 2 tubs. You got to have a game plan for him. You know what I'm saying? I think the one advantage that Notre Dame has in this game, right, if any, one, you got to be physical, right? You got to take it to Ohio State. You cannot let them out-physical you. They're going to want to run the rock with Travion Henderson, who's their big play guy, and Quinshon Judkins is that physical back. You know what I'm saying? He's going to let you know. He's going to let you feel him. But I feel like Notre Dame can be physical and can match that physicality with them. The one advantage they do have is that Will Howard is susceptible to turnovers, right? Now, lately he hasn't been turning it over and things like that. But if you can get pressure on him, right, and force some errant throws, high throws, things like that, you could have a potential chance. Now, Texas did a really good job in the last game, taking away Smith, taking away Abuka after that first drive and letting Cardinal Tate beat them. If I'm Notre Dame, I'm probably going to do the same thing. Let me let somebody else beat me but a Jeremiah Smith. I'm going to roll coverage to his side, plaster him, and let somebody else cook and beat me. Now, the game plan might be different in this one for Ohio State. They might try to move him in the slot and all over the field so that it doesn't happen again. But if you Notre Dame, you got the horses to do it. And when I say the horses, you got Kaiser, who's a great linebacker that we have here in the country, 85 tackles this year, right? You got Xavier Watts, who's another stud, All-American, you know what I'm saying? Maybe use him in blitzes and different hybrid packages, right? That's a guy you got to use. You got to let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's that good, right? You got Bowen. Bowen's another stud at linebacker, 70 tackles this year. But who's going to be the guy at the defensive line spot? This is what I got circled. So for only 4.5 sacks this year, Mills has 7.5. One of these two guys got to win against this Ohio State line. And that's the biggest thing because Ohio State's offensive line has been great. You know what I'm saying? They've had injuries. They've been banged up this year. Hasn't mattered. That offensive line is potent and competent. But you got to throw some different looks, and you got to be able to win, you know what I'm saying, in some of these situations. And like I said, get Will Howard uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And if you could do that, he going to throw you a couple picks. You know what I'm saying? That's just the fact. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what they got to kind of look for, and that's what they got to kind of, prioritize to a degree if they're going to come out on top, you know what I'm saying, and be able to have the game defensively. As y'all can see, that's the keys and clues defensively for Notre Dame, right? Get pressure on the quarterback, force some errant throws, obviously by Will Howard, be physical, match the physicality of Ohio State, and get some negative plays. That's the key. I think they got the secondary. I think they got the defense to be able to do it. Now, offensively, numbers not the best for Riley Leonard, right? Got to take care of the football, right? You should be able to outduel Will Howard, no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? He's had a good season, right? But if you Riley Leonard, take what the defense gives you. But you got to be able to win on the outside, right? And when I say that, they got a stud running back in Jeremiah Love, right? Jadarian Price has come in. He's been another stud along with him. I think 800 yards rushing this year. Riley Leonard is equally as good as throwing the ball as he is running the ball, right? Ohio State's going to take away your strengths, right? So they're probably going to be like Riley Leonard to beat them, right? Over the top and things like that. Jaden Greathouse has to have another really good game. You know what I'm saying? He has to be a key. You got to win on the outside. And that's the key, too. Offensively, no one's talking about this with this matchup. Notre Dame, Ohio State. They corners are susceptible, right? But, see, they front seven is so raw, and the safety spot is so good. Like, a lot of times it masks over the deficiencies for Ohio State. So, as I was saying, Caleb Downs, stud, right? You got to make him uncomfortable. Now, he can fly all over the ball. Do not be trying to run perimeter runs. Don't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Try to run it straight up in the middle of the box with Jeremiah Love, maybe a couple inside, outside zones. That's it. Do not try to get to the perimeter. They're too fast, too good, right? Got to have somebody be able to block Jack Sawyer. I really think Notre Dame has the offensive line to allow, keyword, Riley Leonard to survey that defense. You know what I'm saying? But he has to make the right reads and right throws. Bo Collins, if he's playing, he has to be able to win. Like I said, Greathouse had a really marvelous game. He got to do that again. Somebody got to step up, you know what I'm saying, for that Notre Dame receiving core, you know, and have a big game. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it comes down to. If nobody does it, it's going to be tough sledding. You know what I'm saying? So somebody, it might be an unknown tonight that becomes a big name. This is the national stage. Somebody got to step up and have a big game. Who that will be, we're going to find out. You know what I'm saying? But that's the keys offensively, and you're going to have to convert on your possessions. If you're able to get Ohio State kind of on the ropes a little bit like Texas was, you got to convert not field goals, but into touchdowns. So, yeah, y'all, man, that's my keys and clues and things that need to happen for Notre Dame to win. I think it's going to be a great game. I know everybody's going with Ohio State. I ain't saying Ohio State not a great team. I think they're a great team. Like I said, my mom says to go with them. Hard to say, man. Let's go with Notre Dame, man. I like a good underdog story. You know what I'm saying? I know they're 14-1 this year. I know they get the higher seed, but everybody knows Ohio State is favored in this one. But nonetheless, man, we just won a great national championship game. 2 elite opponents going neck and neck, man. But I'm going to go with Notre Dame. I'm going to go with the upset. Them coming out on top. A close game. I'm going to go 31-24. Close win for Notre Dame as they come out on top and win their first national championship in a long time. And I think cementing Marcus Freeman as one of the best coaches in college football for the outstanding job he did. And last thing is the key defensively. How will Al Golden continue to respond? Can he put on a defensive masterclass? My Bengals are obviously interested in him at the defensive coordinator spot. Can he put on a masterclass, man, and hold down those elite weapons that Ohio State has? This is also I don't want to say a test for him, but it's also kind of just allowing him to be on that frontier and see what he can do. Had a great unit all year. Now you get the time to cash your check, especially your NFL check here, I'm sure, pretty soon. So that's all I got, man. Y'all comment down below, man. Who you rolling with in the Natty? You going to Notre Dame or you going to Ohio State? Let me know down in the comments.